he gets a permanent damage.
Yes.
So that's the initial thing to check very well. I'm not saying that we should allow our girls to get pregnant because it's an issue, but drugs are even worse than pregnancy.
True.
Because once the girl gets involved in drugs, she's destroyed completely. The boy is destroyed completely. So the issue of drugs is something that's very serious. And if you're not careful with that, in the next few years, we are going to have a drunk society. Drunk society. The other day we had a presidential candidate who was advocating for use of ban. And he get a few following. But if the issue of drugs is not taken care of, in the next general election, he's going to have a huge following.
Yes.
So it's something that we need to work on it as a society.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah.
And you talked about the cell phone, and you said that the parents should not buy phones, the smartphone for the child.
Yeah.
What if the child saves, and maybe you found a few cases about it, they are given the pocket money and they save on their own.
If the child saves the money, it dictates. If the phone is bought, get that phone. Keep for the child. Restrict the use of phone.
Yes.
If the child has a phone that he or she has saved, restrict the use of phone.
Yes.
Like I have a Form 3 girl, my daughter is in Form 3.
Yes.
And I've not bought her a phone.
Yes.
But when she comes, I give her my phone. You want to call? You want to go to the YouTube? You want to get something?
Yes.
Use it this time. Use it now. Then I get the phone afterwards. And I know whom she called. Maybe she called her grandmother. Where she's going, what she's doing, the cycle she's going. I monitor what she's doing. Then I also restricted her the hours that is going to use. So we agree that napatia simu yangu kwa hii muda. Uchukue utumie, then you bring it. If you want to buy your own phone, in fact I tell her, after Form 4, I'll buy you one.
Oh,
but you must pass.
Yes. So now I also have to tell you that do you know you are a teacher and still you are a pastor, right?
Yeah.
So you can easily, you don't have anything to hide.
Yeah.
You can easily give your child your phone to use.
Yeah.
But some parents would argue that my daughter is going to see things that I do not want her to see. Right?
Yeah.
That's why I cannot be able to do what? To share my phone with her.
Yeah.
How am I going to help her? Who are we going to? Both parents don't want to give her the phone.
So now,
in that case, and then she comes and tells you, other students in school have the what? The phone.
Like now for my case, it's very simple because my phone has nothing to hide.
Yes.
Even when I go at home, I just place my phone on the table.
Yes.
My sons may pick it. My wife may also pick it.
Yes.
Because there's nothing to hide. You know, sometimes you don't want to know even you have to have the phone because you might get a phone call
from someone else.
From someone, or there are some things that they are in that phone. Even you don't want your wife to do to be able to see. But I would say that if there are some things in your phone, there's a way you can hide them.
Yes.
Let them be hidden. Let them be hidden. But don't allow your daughter or your son to borrow a phone from somewhere else to use. You're opening your door for something else. In the name of borrowing a phone, your child is getting exposed to things that you don't want him or her to get exposed to. So it's better that he or she uses your phone, or the phone that you bought him or her, he uses it where you can be able to monitor how he or she is using the phone. But don't allow the phone from outsiders.
Yes.
That's where now the problem comes, and your child is going to get exposed to things that are not beneficial.
Yes.
And then be open to your child.
Yes.
Open, talk. issue of sex talk. The other day I was talking to my daughter about boyfriend.
Yes.
And okay, she was with other girls, and we are talking, and she was saying, "Mtu najijua, you should not just give in. Any boy just come and telling you like that. Si mtu najijua, lazima ajichunge."
Yes.
So talk to your child about sexuality. Don't hide.
Yes.
Then I thank God for my wife. My wife is candid. She talks to my daughter.
Yes.
And I'm they talk.
Yes.
Then when we got to visit my grandmother, I usually tell her, in our custom, that we name our children after our parents.
Yes.
So my daughter is named after my mother. So I go and tell my mother, talk to your girl. You one time like her.
Yes.
Can you talk to her?
Yes. Which is good. You have to remind her.
And then you allow them to talk.
Yes.
Yeah. And my mother, when she was a bit young,
yes,
she was very tough.
Yeah.
Even when I was bringing us up, she was very tough. And she can be tough.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, she can be tough. And I like when she's telling her daughter, her granddaughter, when she's talking to her granddaughter, and she talks candidly. So that's how we are able to bring up our daughter. We are trying. So such ways, they are, parenting. You cannot just say that this is the only way that is working. There are other ways of handling parenting. So you try as much as possible on how you can do. You can learn from others. And but the parent should be open to his or her daughter. Don't kill that gap. That gap is always dangerous. Talk to them, and let them know that you are concerned. Yeah, let them know that you are concerned as a parent. Be as close as possible. Sometimes I see like my wife is so close to my daughter. They quarrel, but the next moment they are laughing. They quarrel, they fight.
Yes, of course. At that age they have to. Yes.
Then they are laughing. And I really like it that way when they are laughing. Because now my daughter knows mama yangu hii ndio line yake. Ukivuka huu mpaka nitakosana. Lakini kama kwa hii area lazima tutakuwa na furaha. So such things are those that help in parenting. And you are growing with your child, you are learning. Keep on learning from your daughter or your son. Yeah.
And how can schools help to cover the disciplines that are there? How can they help? Maybe there is a school that is not doing something that you are doing in your school. So maybe you can mention some of the things that how the school can come in and curb these challenges that are coming with the youth.
The school must have a system for maintaining discipline and fighting discipline. There must be a system. For example, like now, like what we do in our school, and what most of the schools are doing is that, like now, there are things that we don't allow to come into school. It's like things that we used to have shopping when they are coming to school nowadays.
Yes.
You could buy bread, biscuit, snacks. Nowadays, and what we are doing in school that we don't allow any form of food.
Yes.
Because in school, in our school. Because that way, when they bring food, they bring other things with them. So we are fighting that a lot in our school. You cannot carry any food. Even when you go for a trip outside.
Yes.
If they are to eat anything, they eat it outside. But when they come to the school compound, they eat what is provided in the school.
True.
So that's one way of trying to minimize the drug penetration in the school. Then of course the phones is a non-negotiable issue. When you are firm to students, no phones are allowed to school. And they're reporting what they do in our schools that we have a inspection. They inspected. I teach in a in a mid school where the girls are very inspected by the lady teachers, and the boys are inspected by the male teachers. I've seen it working. It is somehow minimizing the issue of drugs and things like the phone and other things. So that inspection, let it be very, very firm, and let it be thorough. Let it be thorough, because students are very cheeky. They may hide things even in their inner clothes. Let that inspection be very thorough. Let it be done. Kama ni msichana anaangaliwa somewhere else in privacy, but that inspection should be very, very thorough. It helps to curb a lot. And when they have something, you're able to. In fact, we have been able to pick something they had hidden. They hide things, we pick them, and we destroy them in their presence. So that inspection is very important when they are coming to school. And now when they are in school, we should not relent. You keep on regular inspections, then be firm in discipline, obedience to bells, use of proper language, dressing code. Those are things that maintain discipline. If the dressing code is not quite correct, if it is not corrected, it starts from there. And with time, if it's not corrected, the other issues now start coming up. But when the dressing code is checked, then in class how the students behave, all that controlling is what sums up to total discipline. But if somebody is neglected, then issues of discipline start cropping up.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's true. Now we've talked about discipline in schools. Do you have any other positions in school before we go to the side of being a pastor? Maybe before we even talk about those positions, we can also talk about learning, because these students are in school to learn. Yes?
Yeah.
What various methods can they use in geography and is it mathematics?
And mathematics.
In order to pass the exams?
Like in mathematics, there are two things about mathematics. If the teacher is lazy, don't expect to get anything in mathematics.
Yes.
One, the teacher, mathematics is quite demanding. Teaching mathematics is very simple.
Yes.
Because you just teach a concept, you give a few examples, they do together. But now getting results, you must not be lazy. One in marking, just like languages.
Yes.
Even languages, you mark a lot. Mathematics, you mark a lot. And giving exams. So as a teacher, you must be hardworking.
Yes.
You must be hardworking. And that's now when we talk of, you must be going to your job.
Yes.
You must love your job so that to be able to be hardworking. Otherwise, you just come, you teach them, you work out, don't expect to get results.
Yes.
So secondly, for students, lazy students, you never perform in mathematics. Because mathematics, you perfect by doing practice. And you must do practice daily.
Yes.
So students must do practice daily.
Yes.
Daily. So if you are lazy, mathematics, forget about it. So for students, they must practice daily. Then there's what to call the regular exams which you give. And sometimes when you teach, especially in mathematics, you think, oh, they have understood. You're getting the assignment. You mark the books. And you also give extra work. And they do. But to come to the exam, the same things that you taught them, after 2 weeks they have forgotten. Bring it in the exam. They fail.
Yes.
So what do you do? So regular tests.
Yes.
Regular tests, they help you they help the student to keep on those.
Yes.
And any school where they are doing only mathematics, they are regular exams.
Okay.
They are regular, sometimes they are weekly, and maybe after 2 weeks, but they are regular exams. Then they also have what to call these discussion groups. And some schools, create a mother hour, or a maths day, or a maths prep time. Our preps is they get to maths once per week. And all those things, they bring results. So for mathematics, all those things, you do them, you bring them. If you don't do them, don't expect to get results. But when you do them, you can be assured that you're going to get better results, and you will see the fruit of what you're doing. For geography, the main area that I've seen, when I began teaching geography, I was getting very poor grades. Then you find that the one who had the highest has a C plus. The others are C, C, D's. And the mean is 4 point something. And I learned that there was a part of teaching and what is tested. So I had now to take on how the testing is done and how the questions are answered. Because the biggest challenge in the students is not what you have taught or what you have read, but how they answer the question in the exams. So for geography student teachers, I'd advise you focus on how the questions are answered, how they answer the questions. Because sometimes they might have the content, but answering the question is poor. Then there's a wording of there are some terms that they have to word them correctly. So teachers who teach geography, focus on after you have taught the content and the students are working hard, then focus on how the questions are answered. That will help you a lot. Then I've also learned in geography that if you handle well map work, will use the students, because in map work, like the map work, they can get 20 marks, 20 out of 25. That's quite high. And they know the E starts from 24. So if one question they have 20. So that's how so map work and statistics in paper 2. If you sharpen them, you will not be disappointed. Even the next students, they are somehow going to manage something. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. So the video is getting longer. We are going to continue.